Hello world, and once again Amazon Vine has done some changes and no one wanted this, but Vine was like, you're going to get it anyway. In today's video I want to talk all about the review insightfulness score. Ooh, everybody hates it, but you know what, I'm going to do my best to give you guys some context on exactly what does that mean. What does it mean and how do you do an insightful review? Well, in today's video I have gathered everything I could gather from speaking to customer service at Vine, talking to other viners in the US and abroad, and just doing some old-fashioned testing. So let's get right into it. One thing I want to mention, if you're new to my channel, I know you probably have a lot of questions about Vine. Just know I have in the description box and the comment, I have an entire Vine list of a bunch of videos. If you guys have questions, they're pretty much already been answered in videos. You just gotta go look. Take advantage of the free information. It's there. Just click it and look at it. It's really there. So I have more than one video on Vine, just FYI, because people are contacting me about things I've already talked about. It's just go to the Vine playlist. I have it listed in two places, comments and description. All right, so around June, I want to say, Vine sent out a message as they normally do. And if you don't check your messages, just get in the habit of just clicking on them, see what they say, right? So this one was titled Account Page Update, and it says, Dear Vine Voice, recently we have made some updates to the Vine Voice page, including introducing a review insightfulness score. You can see the review insightfulness score on your account page today, but it will only be considered in membership tier evaluation periods that end on 9/1/2025 or later. So what it basically means is, like, right now, even though we're able to see the insightfulness score and we have those boxes that let you know how good your media and everything else is, it doesn't really matter until September. However, I always tell people, when somebody or a company or whatever introduce something to you in advance, it's best to get in the habit of doing things now, because if you love the Vine program and don't want to get booted because you're not doing what they want, you want to start doing everything now so that you can understand how to write your reviews. If you're like, well, my review style of writing is keeping me at bad, I have a resource, right? I have a resource that I'm creating to help with these reviews because people are really struggling with it. But in today's video, I'm just going to not show, but tell you some things I have realized that can really helpful. And I will also link the resource I have for writing reviews with the help of ChatGTP, but not using it. It's a difference. So let's jump into the first tip. All right, I got the most simplest item just to show you guys how you need to review things going forward, or just in general, because I think many people just have this very narrow type of review thoughts when they are writing things out, because they're like, well, I don't know what to say about it. It's so much to say about this candle versus just it's tall, it's white, and it's in a clear glass. So to make this an insightful review for this candle from Vine, right, I would say, I love this candle because not only did it come into a clear glass, I'm a DIYer, so I am able to put different type of designs on here to fit the mood or the occasion. Also, it has weight. So if you need it to be outside for an event or a wedding or a birthday party, this can help keep things down on the table. For the centerpiece, you can put this on the centerpiece with some flowers and it works out so well. Like, no one would have thought about those two things. Like, think about it. No one. They would have said it's a tall glass candle, it's breakable, and it's white. Like, it would be very simple. But you have to think outside the box when you're doing these reviews. And if someone, typically these kind of candles are purchased for like events or, occasions. I mean, sometimes you might just get it for your house, but I've seen mostly people getting these for like events and stuff. Even for your home, you can put this and say something like, well, for me, I love to have candles inside of my dining room. So on my table along my wall, this is great with my flameless aromatherapy and fake flowers on the side. And to make sure it does not fall off because it is glass, I use some double-sided tape to affix it to my table and it does not move. Boom. Like, that's insightfulness. You're giving somebody an insight on how you would utilize and how you experience the candle. You can go into more things, but that was just 3 ideas of something that I would say that would be considered insightful. I talked about the weight. I talked about being able to use it in a DIY project. I talked about, hey, for events and things, this will be great for 1, 2, 3. I mean, you can see it's white and clear, and tall, but you don't know it's heavy unless I tell you it's heavy, because some candles are very, very light, and people don't want a light candle, especially if you're using it for outside or an event. So you have to really take it a step further and dig a little deeper, dig a little deeper in your brain outside that box of yours to talk about a product, even as simple as a candle. Another thing is it depends on how you are using Vine, right? So if I'm on my tablet, my computer, laptop, or my phone, I see a different type of review page. I think based upon if it's Android, Apple, or whatever system you're using, you get a different kind of view for your actual products on Amazon.com. So for example, I'm going to put on the screen right now an example of what I see when I use my phone. And I don't see this when I use my computer. So I'm not sure there's going to be a thing they're rolling out, so it's a continuation, or just like it's just happened to certain people. But you see these little bubbles at the bottom. Now, what I have noticed is this was brand new. This wasn't here before. But these are also helpful to prompt you into what Amazon want you to talk about. Now, it's a whole backstory, I feel like, why this is even happening, because if you realize, Amazon also have a little AI bot, so you can ask questions and it will just pull information. So if you have a product on Amazon.com that doesn't have a review, a person can't get information from it. People don't want to just read all these reviews, so the bot helps consolidate everything that is down in the comments to bring out the answer, kind of like a chat GTP, but for Amazon. That's what I feel like it is, because it does that. And so when you see these little bubbles, if it applies and makes sense, apply those bubbles into your sentences. That can also help you get a boost with your rating, because you're talking about things that someone has asked but had no type of answer for, or a product that is similar to what you have, if it has no reviews, has been asked about from another customer. Everything that someone does on Amazon's platform, because you remember Amazon is Amazon Vine, it comes down to when we do our reviews, it's now being shown to us, like, look, this is what is being asked. This is what they're looking for. Give us the information for this so we can help them answer the question, which can help them in turn buy the product, and Amazon can get their money. Everything revolves around helping the customer so they can make that purchase. If they don't get these answers, whether it's from the actual comments or review videos, then this is the way that Amazon has found to like make us as viners. And I say make because many people don't know you don't have to leave a review for a product, but there are many people who are like Amazon viners 2.0. They go above and beyond because that's what they want to do. And of course, go ahead, you guys. I'm not that person. So I'm going to do what I want to do with the bare minimum to get what I need to get done. But for those that go above and beyond, because Amazon knows people love this program a lot and they will go and bend over backwards to fulfill whatever they need, they're shoving everything that they need to get information wise in their system, so their bots can gobble everything up and spew out the information. Now you will see some bubbles that have no correlation, like you may have an article of clothing or some shoes and it's talking about a battery. There is no battery in these pants, sir. So why is that here? I mean, it's still AI. Even though Amazon is trying to crack down on AI in the comments, they're using AI themselves. One thing I wanted to play around with is if I go back to re-review an old product that I felt I just did a very bare basic interview, if I go back and I get those little bubbles and things and I review it again, will it help? I don't know. But I think that you can always try and see. But I wanted to give you the option and think about that, because everything is system related and whatever you do could help you, especially when it comes to the media section. Now, customer service has stated that review videos and photos are not required because the whole Vine program is a voluntary thing. You can do what you want when you get the product. You can review things or you don't But when it comes to the whole section and the account side that focus on media, again, for the diviner 2.0s, they're gonna strive to make that go to the highest setting, but it's definitely not warranted. It can stay on poor and it will not affect you. What they really care about so far, from what I have understood it to be, is they want people to review products as if you are talking to a friend. You're not going to look at the product page and just regurgitate what's already there, but in your own words. You need to talk about why you get it. And the problem I see is that because the Vine program makes you keep on needing to buy products and buy products, which it is buying because you got to pay taxes on it, right? Sometimes you're getting a product because you don't really need it. You just want to get it so you can check one off the box so you can get those number of orders in, right? So this is where it gets a little tricky. It gets a little tricky because you may not even need or want the product, but think about if you did, what would you want or care about it? That's how you got to make your brain go into it. Because at this point, I'm just getting products just to get them. I have no real need for it, but I am still very selective in what type of product I choose because I'm selling it when I'm done. I ain't keeping it, so it gotta make me some money. Ain't gonna be no basic stuff. and and what else? And so yeah, so with the media and videos, you can put it on there or you don't. It's totally up to you. It's not a requirement. Now after September or later, because as the message said initially, it can happen on September where it starts to affect you and you're getting bumped up to gold or being downgraded from gold, or after they said. So you don't really know exactly which month this will all take place. But if you, like I said in the beginning, start doing everything now to get accustomed to writing better, using tools to help you make statements about it, or like elongate what you want to say, which is probably like 2 or 3 sentences. And again, it don't have to be long. It do not have to be 4 or 5 paragraphs. Some people are just so into feeling like it has to be the length. No, the length means nothing. You can have 3 paragraphs of just straight garbage. It doesn't help me at all. It's about what you're putting into the words to make the sentences that can be seen as helpful for the person who is going to buy or potentially buy this product. They want you to woo them into giving out their money so they can make that purchase. That's what this is all about. If they can't get any type of information to help put a stamp on it, like, yes, I want it, it's not insightfulness for them. Okay, think about if you have a child or a lover or whoever, and you're going to buy something for them, or you're going shopping for somebody, you want to ask these questions in your head. And if you are a person who shops and don't do that, then you should start trying, because spending your money nowadays is very, very important. You're getting things that are worthwhile and a quality, and it's going to meet your needs. And if your needs are very basic and you have a very basic overview of like things and how you look at it and review it, then you're going to do really bad in the buying program. You have to expand that mindset and really get into, like I mentioned with this candle, you got to talk about things and relate to things and be personable about how it affects you, because they want you to talk like you're talking to a friend. They want this information to come off like, oh yeah, I never thought about that. That's a good idea. So yeah, something like that. So to round up the video, what do we need to do? What do you need to do? You need to make sure, if you have these little Amazon prompts at the bottom of your reviews, use as many as possible into what you already was going to say. If you had no idea about what you're going to use that for, just take a moment and think about the product that you actually have. Think about it in terms of usefulness, where you have it in your home. Has it helped you? Has it not helped you? Something you don't like about it, something you do like about it. And like the candle, it's heavy. Nobody knows this candle is heavy. So talk about something that may not be straightforward because it's not in someone's actual hands. Also, clothing, talk about how that fabric feels. Talk about the fabric. Talk about the material, how you washed, how it did when it dried. Those things are insights onto the product before you get it. Just think about those things. Also, media isn't really important. They want you to do it because it helps the customer make, like I said, make that purchase. But it's still not a requirement, nor is it a requirement to make a review for any buying product that you receive. But if you love the program and you want to stay in the program, then you want to keep on doing reviews to knock out those requirements so that you can keep standing there for a whole nother 6 months. And when it comes to thinking about things, if you're at a point where I'm just ordering just to order right now to stay in the program, then I will suggest you to order things that have some type of meaning. Or if it's something as simple as maybe a ring light, like you can talk about things that you would use this for, and it's not like you're pulling your hair trying to figure out what to say about it. Just get things that you can talk about, that you have some experience with, that you really did like, because I know the products being offered in Vine are hit and miss. They don't show us everything depending upon who you are. I don't know if the system is like favoritism some people and like don't give people some options, but it could be up and down with the product selection. And yeah, that's what I have so far. I'm definitely going to make another video because everything isn't going to be into effect until September or later, but we don't know exactly what the date is. Again, if you are first time seeing me, hi, I'm Shay. Make sure you are smashing that like button and subscribing to me if you like content like this. But check out the Vine playlist, you guys. I have more than one video on Amazon Vine, and you guys are sending me these questions in my emails and in the comments, and it's like, I already talked about that. Like, just do a little, take some time to check out this free information, okay? Because it's here. I'm making it for you so you can go in your own time to look through it and get what you need. And if you can't, I also have a way you can contact me in the description as well. So I'll take the time out to reply to you, to just go ahead and do that. But I will see you guys on the next video. See ya.